Official diplomatic relations between India and Turkey were established in 1948. Since then, both countries have enjoyed cordial relations with each other. However, recently, tensions between India and Turkey have increased because Turkey has continuously supported Pakistan's narrative on the Kashmir issue. Before we delve into the recent tussle between India and Turkey, let us discuss some of our history in brief. Talking about our economic relations, India and Turkey had developed trade relations as old as 1000 BCE. During the First World War, the British Indian Empire played an important role in the war against the Ottoman Empire. According to many historians, the first exchange of diplomatic relations between the Ottoman sultans and the Indian kings dates back to late 15th century. It fostered well during the 19th and the 20th century. In fact, the cultural exchange between the two nations in historic times has resulted in over 9,000 common words in Hindustani and Turkish languages. During the Indian independence movement, Indian independence freedom fighter Mahatma Gandhi also took a stand in favor of Turkish people. It is worth noting that currently many Indian companies have invested heavily in Turkey. GMR Group, one of India's leading infrastructure development company, is the key stakeholder in Istanbul's international airport. Both nations also form part of G20, and bilateral trade between the two nations stood at $8 billion for financial year 2018. Indian tourists comprise one of the largest foreign tourist arrivals in Turkey each year. In contemporary times, however, relations between both the countries have been strained, particularly because Turkey continuously supports Pakistan's narrative on the Kashmir issue. Besides this, very few people know in India that Turkey even objected to India's entry into the prestigious nuclear suppliers group. In response to these, India barred Turkish firms from Indian Naval Project. Also, India strongly criticized Turkey on the recent actions in Syria and called for restraint. India is also considering to recognize the Armenian genocide and has strengthened ties with Cyprus. Nevertheless, India and Turkey won't end their bilateral trade relations completely. Also, both the countries are not going to end up fighting against each other in a war zone. Thank you. See you again.